If you're single right now and looking for love, stop. This is not the time for you to go out and look for love. Rather, you have other issues to work on. I was exactly at where you at right now. I was there that I talked to hundreds of girls, Islam, Muzmatch, all the Muslim dating app. I was there. I was talking to people. I talked to hundreds of girls, to say the least, and it got rejected all across. But what I did next is what actually changed everything about me, and I'm able to find someone like her that's just great partner all across the board. And in this video, we're going to talk about top 10 things that I did to be able to deserve a wife that I have right now. Now, the first thing you should do is that you should know what is the purpose, the reason, the fact that you're actually single. You're not single to look for another relationship. This is the biggest fault I feel like everyone is doing, because they think that they're single, now there's time to look for some better partner. But no, this time that you're single right now, you should be looking to figure out why the relationship that you just had didn't work. What are the reasons, issues? Because there's one thing common in you changing these relationships is that you remain the constant problem in all of those issues. So you have to work on yourself to figure out why you were single, or what has happened that made you take you to this point, and just be better without worrying about looking into someone else.
You have to enjoy this phase of your life, because life is phases. First thing is gonna be single, second thing is gonna be married, and then you're gonna have like a children, then you're gonna have like a grandchildren and all of this. So you have to enjoy each phase of your life, and you have to work on each phase of your life to make it better. You have to build yourself to earn to be married, or to earn to be in a relationship.
Yeah, because if you're single right now, it's probably a good time for you to work and focus on your goals. Because when you're in a relationship, it gets pretty tough. Like for now, if I just want to do something on my own, I can't. I have to make sure that she's agreeing with it, I agree with it, and that our financial makes sense. Everything in general we have to figure it out. But if you're single right now, you just want to go travel, just book the ticket and you can go.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, and we on the other hand, can't do that. You have to make sure that all of things are aligned, and then even though we are just a couple right now, try as many things as possible.
Enjoy your life.
Enjoy, explore, travel, try things that you have never done. And while you're doing all these, while you're being the perfect version of yourself, that's where you end up bumping into someone that you're going to be like, khalas, I'm not going to move forward. This is it. This is where my singleness ended here.
Exactly.
Now I'm going to pursue this woman, this lady, this wife to build my future.
And the idea here is that you don't have to chase something. You don't have to run after something. Enjoy, be content in what you have, because this is what will make you make a better decision when the time comes. Because if you're chasing something, if all you worry about it is to be in a relationship, once you find someone, you will make a bad decision, because you're gonna be blind. All you worry about is just, I'm gonna be in a relationship. That will make you blind about other person's fault, other person red flag, and everything like that. So you have to put in your mind that I'm single, it's totally fine. I have to enjoy that. After married, like, you have to work on other things. You're not gonna work in your personality, for example. You'll work in your personality, but in a different way, to be a good husband, to be like a good wife, to be a good dad.
It does affect you. You cannot just go out and do things on your own and be a better version, because you have so many more responsibilities now, that this is probably going to be the last thing you're thinking about, which shouldn't be the case. You should always be improving and growing and to be a better version of you, whether that's better husband, better father, better brother, better son, whatever that is. So if you're single, enjoy the time. This is the time for you to improve, get better, and explore the new things right now. The other thing I did is that I started focusing heavily on my physical fitness. I lost a lot of that right now after married. That's my fault. But if I show you some of my previous physiques, I was pretty good, to the point that I was considering to going even into a competition to be a bodybuilder. Not in a bodybuilder say, more like physique competition. So when you have a goal to do something that be better of yourself, you will be so involved in that, and because you're fit, you will find the people that are attracted to you that's also at the same level, right? Because you have increased your vibration. You're not just eating chips on the couch. You're at the gym, and you're gonna meet different people, and that people are going to be in a similar level as you are, and they're either better level or at the same level.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And that you'll be more potential to find a better partner who's active, who's fit, and who would understand who you are at this stage of life, and you understand them, and your priorities will match, which means that your compatibility will increase quite a bit.
Before you get married, you have such a huge opportunity to be disciplined to do more things. And for you to build this disciplinary before you get married is such a big thing, because after getting married, you're gonna lose a lot of things, okay? But because you did it once before, so you'll be able to do it once again. So, for example, if you haven't ever focused on you eating healthy or build your body, it's gonna be 10 times harder to do this after you're getting married, because there is a lot of things right now. You have to worry about a lot of things. So you will find like, okay, now health is important, but I have other things. You will not be able to be disciplined again. But because you have done it once before, you'll find it easy to do it again.
And this is something I'm currently struggling with so much, that I'm not disciplined in what I'm eating. Because she makes such a good food, I'm like, give me everything, and
Yeah.
I eat so much of it, and I'm gaining my weight. And this is where I have to control and be more disciplined. Right now I'm at the stage is like, I just got married and
I want to
everything
enjoy
is the
my
first
life.
year, so I want to enjoy and
It's a
eat.
healthy weight.
Yeah.
All of this.
So I'm just eating like I've never eaten before, but I should control. But this is something you should understand as well. Like right now, you should be at a stage where you're focusing on your physical fitness, so that when you have a partner, both of them will be starting working on that, or make healthy decisions overall.
Yeah. And like again, like, because your partner also will be looking, everyone look for something like that. So when you find your partner, you will find him like a very good and a very disciplined in things that he will help you to do it, and he will also like, you will also be a very good in a ways, or like in an expertise, or in a particular thing that you will also bring to your partner. Same thing with me and him. For example, I'm very good at like taking care of what I'm eating right now. I can eat healthy. I have no problem with that. Now I'm just enjoying our life with him, but I'm good at that. But he's not good at that. But he is so good in terms of like going to gym or like exercising. I'm not good. So he's bringing this to my life, and I'm bringing this to his life. So this is how we completing each other.
The third thing I did is that I end up working on my wisdom, the ability to make the right decision. That I increased quite a bit, so that because when I have a partner, now I have two people that's responsible on my decision, and I have to make the best decision possible, because someone else is dependent on it. My family is dependent on it. So one of the things that I started doing, I started reading a lot of self-help books, the books that teach you how to think, and how to think differently than what you have been. Because of course, right now I'm at a stage, or if you're at a stage as single, your life thought process brought you here, okay, and you're not able to go into the next stage of your life, right? So that's the result of what your thoughts look like right now. If you need to improve, do better, you have to think different, and for that, take it from a people who has thought different, or have done it many times, are at a different level. Feed the brain, improve the brain, learn new vocabulary, new systems, new ways to communicate, to argue, to disargue, to hold your ground, to build the foundation of what your thoughts gonna look like in future. That alone, when you talk to a woman about it, and you're articulate in a way that it resonate with the woman, everything will change. The way I have talked to some of the women, they have told me like, the only reason I'm actually agreeing to talk to you is because the way you express yourself is so much different. I actually lost a lot of that after marriage of two, and that's
No, but I was
something
actually
that-
like about to say something that, like, if you remember, like in the beginning of our marriage, like he convinced me a lot to do things that I have a lot of problem and issues with my dad to do it, because I don't agree with him. But he just come with a very smooth way. He just told me that I need you to do this because of that, and I just I was agreeing with him, because why? I trust him, and he know how to argue, and he know how to deliver his point of view, and he know how to convince.
Because I wanted a wife that's very open-minded and will agree with my decisions, and I needed a way to prove that I'm saying right, and I have to articulate my words in a way that it makes sense to her. Now everyone is different. Again, if you're in a business setting, you're gonna use a different language, but as a relationship setting, it's different language. The book named Power of Now was probably the big motivation of what I learned. So read The Power of Now if you haven't done it. It's gonna blow your mind, literally.
It's so good for you to educate yourself, learn, improve your mind, and feed your mind, as he mentioned. it's good for relationship, it's good for yourself, and it will make you ready to be a husband or a wife. Because being in a relationship, like in a way that you are married, it doesn't need, or like it cannot be successful with a with a childish mindset at all. It has to be with a big mindset, because if you are a child, or like if your mind is very small, with married, like you're gonna suffer a lot, you're gonna
And
suffer a lot.
yeah, and you're gonna push away the potential people that
Yeah.
are coming to you in the terms of marriage.
Yeah, if you're a guy, you have to read a lot. This
Yeah.
is something crucial and essential for you to lead, or to be able to be a leader, for you to read and educate yourself, feed your mind, be open-minded as well as your wife. So that will help you to have a
Yeah,
successful marriage.
because again, you have a big responsibility.
Yeah.
Your family, your wife, your kids are dependent on the next move, the next decision,
Exactly,
the
yeah.
next step you're gonna take.
Yeah.
So make sure that step is well cared for, taken care of, and thought of before you actually make a decision.
yeah,
And
true.
that will happen if you actually pay attention to what you're feeding your mind.
This is something I might sometime face with my own self, not with him. He is a very educated person, and he have like a huge mind and a very good mind that I like. For me, I was working on myself, because I never think that I'm gonna be married at this early stage. So I never work on myself in this way, and I'm struggling a lot in the beginning. I have struggled a lot in the beginning with with this concept that I have the mindset of a girl, that it's in on her own. It's not like I'm having a husband with me right now. So I wasn't like having like that big mindset as
And to be honest, I don't want anything else more than you, because it's my responsibility to make sure the decisions that I'm making is correct
yeah.
and is beneficial for both of us. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's
Even if you don't have that mindset of improving, I know that I have done it. I know better. As long as you're okay to follow me and trust me with these decisions, I will take you to the place that where you would probably want it anyways.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why I mentioned that for you as a guy, it's very crucial, and it's 10 times more important than a girl, because you are the leader. At the end of the day, even if my mindset is not that great as a wife, it's okay. I'm not leading anything. He's leading, so he's educating me and he's helping me to be better, which is what he have done so far. I'm getting better because of him, not because of me, or not because of anything else. After Allah, of course. So that's why it's very important for him to be better, to lead us, and to lead me to be better as well.
Yeah. The other thing that's really helpful for the fact that I wanted a Muslim hijabi and practicing woman is that I went out there and started working on my relationship with God. For me, it's Allah, the one and only God. So I started working on that. I working on my Quran, understanding the religion, understanding my duties as a husband. So when I will talk to my potential partner in the beginning stage, I will know what is expected of me from her. Okay, or what is expected in general in a Muslim marriage as a husband. So I went out, learned, and I was able to talk to a woman on a basis that what they wanted out of me.
It's very important for you to start being very close and educate yourself a lot about your deen, about your Islam, or like your religious, whatever is a Christian, or like any other religions, before you get married, because that's the perfect time for you to do it. First of all, to be good for your partner. Second of all, is to better to start it when you don't have a partner than to start it when you have a partner. You have a lot of things on you that you will not be able to start a new thing. So it's better to continue what you actually did before than to start a new thing.
And the other thing also, because you're focused on God, the God will also help you figure out things, because technically in a sense you're pleasing him.
Yeah.
You're running by his rules, regulations, and the reward of that could be here or the hereafter. Either way, it's going to be beneficial for you to have the possibility that you can get a reward now than to not get a reward at all, neither here or hereafter. Go closer to God in a potential that maybe you will get the reward of what you're doing now in this life, and you'll get someone great as a partner. And if that's the case, you win. You win here and then hereafter.
And Allah will put barakah a lot in your relationship. I get to know him and I married him in a time that I was so close to Allah. That time, like I was all the time in all my life, I'm trying to be close to Allah, and I'm trying to, and I did many times, like all the time. Of course, I'm praying, but I'm talking in a general way, like to be like a full close to Allah. He like he texts me and we get to marry in a time that I was so close to Allah, and that's why I did a good decision, because Allah literally guided me to take the good decision and to take the decision that I'm okay to marry him.
Yeah, I mean, imagine someone reaching out to you, you never know. He's not even in your country, all the way across the border, miles and miles away, texting you that he want to marry.
Yeah.
Like, how does that even make sense?
I
You
will
don't
never,
even,
yeah,
think
never
about it.
expect.
But then look at how everything played out. If you haven't checked our How We Met series, the link is up here. You should check it out. But everything plays out so perfectly, so smoothly. Like, we had a lot of hiccups that throughout the series we discussed, but it was so great just because Allah was the creator. He has all the strings to pull, and he was pulling those strings to land us in this specific manner.
Yeah.
And we did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We're actually sitting next to each other, from a message to all the way husband and wife.
So again, like Allah, it's a better, like no one is gonna be better than Allah to take his opinion. So for example, instead of going to my friend, ask her, okay, should I go marry this person, or this person is good or not? It's better to go ask Allah, or it's better to take Allah opinion than anyone else. So
Yeah,
just
and
put that
his
in your mind.
answer would be
Yeah.
better because he
course.
is the making decision.
Yeah.
So he will make the decision good or bad for you, and that would be the best decision ever.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, and trust me, like this whole marriage is for me, it's from my like side, it's all done by doing istikhara. Istikhara not just to accept his message or like to accept his request to marry me. Istikhara was a lot of things. It was what should I do in my marriage, like in my wedding. Istikhara in every step in my life. I was going to ask Allah, should I do this or shouldn't? Should I accept that or I shouldn't? And everything ran so smoothly just because Allah gave me all the answers that I needed from him.
Yeah. And of course, if you don't have the connection, getting to know someone getting to that stage will be very tough.
Yeah.
Because you will never know what to do or if the decision is making sense or not.
Yeah. You need Allah, not Allah needs you. You don't. Allah don't need you for anything. You need Him. You need Him for all the things that in your life. So it's a win for you to be close to Allah. It's for you. You're just doing all of that just for you, not for anything else.
The next thing I started working is working on my career. Now, as someone going or thinking of marriage, potentially, I knew that it comes with a lot of expenses, and I knew that I have to be stable enough to bring someone in. So my purpose, my mission of life will always become to like, okay, I want to focus so hard to be stable, to provide something best for her in future. Now, was I successful? Probably not. I'm still not stable enough to provide for her, but I trusted Allah, because Allah told us that when someone else come into your life, they come with their own risk, which means own food. I don't provide for her food. Allah provide me to provide for her. I'm a wasila, a source to provide her food, but I don't do it. So I knew that I'm gonna make my purpose to make sure that when she comes here, she's at the best possible scenario she would have expected in terms of comfortability, relationship, the place we live, everything.
Yeah.
And this is what make my focus, and that's how I was able to get to here.
It's for you to worry about it, to work toward it, but the result, it's okay. It's not in your hand. It's in Allah's hand. If you haven't achieved it, it's okay, but you have to work toward it.
Yeah, and maybe that success is actually meant to be with your partner.
Yeah.
You're not meant to get the success on your own. Maybe a partner will come in and will play a huge part in that success that you always wanted. So don't worry about that. Just focus on the success and keep working towards it while you're single. So when you meet your partner, you'll have a common goal, okay? And when your partner will support it, so your struggle will a lot less. You will jump a lot bigger,
Exactly,
a lot
yeah.
longer jumps.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening here. While I know that I don't have to worry about cook or anything at home, I come home with a clear mind that I need to grind at home, at outside. I just focus on grind while she takes care of everything in general.
So like this point, I will consider it's more for guys, not for a girl. For girls, of course, in other sectors, but like in this particular sector, it's for guys to literally build its career or to start working toward their career before getting married. Because I'm gonna talk about myself.
No, even could be girl. The girl could be focusing on career. Maybe the guy she's going to meet, he might not be stable enough.
Yeah.
They don't have to wait for him to be stable. So where she can pitch in, be like, okay, you know what? You struggle. I trust you with your vision, I will help you in the meantime.
Yeah.
And maybe she can fund all the marriage, and later on you can figure out other things. Right?
Yeah. Should actually that's true. As even if as a girl, you should work in yourself in all sectors. You have to try everything. So after marriage, you have to also decide which thing you want to do.
Maybe your husband needs you.
Yeah.
After marriage,
because not all husband will not be just will need you to stay at home and that's it.
Yeah.
Other husband will need you to work, which is fine if you agree with it. So I have to be prepared for it. You don't have to start it from the scratch. If as a girl, I will not accept someone as a husband without knowing that he's trying to be successful. I don't need him to be successful. I don't need him to have money, but I just need to be sure that he actually work toward that, and he worked enough. He have a purpose, and he working toward it, not just purpose and just setting. Like no, this is not a I'm looking for. I'm looking for a man that he is working toward his dream. He's working even harder than what I need or like what I'm expecting. This is make me feel okay, and I will know that at some point of our life we will reach the goal. If it's 10 years later, it's fine, but I know that we will reach it. This is what I need to be sure about it.
The other thing you should start working on is to heal from damages, the cuts has other people has put you, whether that's relationship, someone did bad in the business, someone hurt you in high school, whatever that is in your past, you need to fix it. Because you don't need to just fix yourself, but you need to fix yourself for the other person, because it's not fair for other person to come into my life while I have a big bag on my shoulder with all the issues, all the insecurities, all the stupidity that someone did to me and I haven't healed. So this is the time for you to heal yourself.
And the point that he said, like, it's not fair for someone to come to your life and suffer with you from your past. It's fine. Like if it's okay. I can support my husband. I can support my partner to be healed. But again, you will not like to put burden on someone. It's better to start a new life that is like free from all the past garbage or like anything like that, and to just start a new life with him, with a new memories, new everything. That's better than just suffer from the past.
And again, would you be successful in the meantime? That's a different scenario. You don't have to fix all the issues that you have had in past, but you have to be aware of it. So that when you get into a relationship with someone else, and tell them, hey, so these are the incidents I've gone through in my life. I have been working on it to work it out, but I don't think it's ever gonna be fixed. So I want you to help me with this, and to be aware that this is the battle I'm trying to win for last few years, and it'll take me long, and I want you to help me. That's also an issue. It's also fine too. Your partner will appreciate that you're self-aware, awakened enough to know what your faults are, to be able to not put it on her. And if you are putting on her, she will be more lenient towards that, because she already knows that you had issue in the past and that you're working towards it. And same thing goes with the girl.
It's a wonderful feeling to feel like your partner is working towards better. It's okay to fail. It's okay to not be fully successful, but it's not okay to not to be aware about your fault or like the thing that you have to fix. I like that he's aware like about all the fault, even so if he's still doing them, but he's aware about that not supposed to happen. This is why you have to put in your mind all the time, that you have to be aware about everything bad in your life, everything you have to fix.
Because half of the battle is that, like, knowing the problem is actually half of the battle. Half of the battle is fixing that. The fact that you know you have done the 50% of job, right? And let's start working towards fixing that. Hopefully that when you're single and when you're with your partner, she will help you to fix that as well. Now is the time, after learning all that, you should start working on setting the boundaries, okay, and standards for who you want to marry. Now this is a topic is very important, because boundary doesn't mean that I want 6 foot man, I want 5'5" woman. That's not what I meant. I meant in a way that's emotionally, maybe physically. Reason why? Because, for example, I want my kids to be fit. So I want a woman who is focusing on fitness and who is physically fit. I wouldn't be agreeing with someone who is 200 pounds, for example. Right? So you need to start setting boundaries. Like, this is my boundary. Like, my boundary was, I want a woman who is close to the deen, which she was, and she was closest to the God at that time when I met her. Second thing I want for her to be modest, most likely who's hijabi and do a proper hijab. which she's doing that. So this is how I started setting my boundaries. And then other boundaries could be a Muslim, right? I don't want to go into Christian, which I was okay with it. And again, I discussed that thought process in some other videos. But then my last boundary was someone who's Muslim, who's practicing, and from a Muslim country, not raised in Western culture, but rather raised in a Muslim country.
Yeah.
So I set my boundaries, and alhamdulillah, I found her. So it worked out well.
This is what I like about arranged marriage more than the love marriage, which is both of them are okay. I'm not against anything, but like arranged marriage is like great in a term that you have to write down all the things that you love about your partner, and you have to work toward like finding this partner. So when you find your partner, you'll find the partner that you want, that you don't have to accept any fault. For example, like of course he will have a fault, but this fault is not going to be problematic for you because you already have set the boundaries that what is going to be acceptable for me and what's not going to be acceptable. Love marriage that I have to just love the person that in front of me, whether he have a fault, whether he don't have it, whether it's a big, small, I have to love it because I love him.
But the fact that you get to the stage of love, right? You get to the stage of loving him, you make sure that he's Muslim. You make sure that he's not a 90-year-old man.
Because like,
but because you had boundaries already to fact to the stage of loving him. If I was fat and I'm not able to talk and not able to convey, you wouldn't be able to do that, right? You still set the boundaries. Your boundaries might be different, but you still set it to begin to the point of loving that. You can't just love a random person.
see, love is just feeling in love. For example, I can feel in love with someone just from a look. I don't know if this like he's a serial killer or no, but I just fall in love with him just because I don't know, like there's something attached me to him. But like arranged marriage, like if I'm looking for arranged marriage, it's like more I'm looking for my boundaries or like from the thing that I need first. When I found it, then I'm gonna start for like look for if I like this person or no, like if I love this person or, because of course boundaries only is not gonna like make a relationship, or it's not gonna make a marriage. But boundaries first, like him second, love him third. This is the structure that I
agree.
look
So my opinion is like you should set your boundaries, like someone has to be XYZ. If he goes on, like again, it shouldn't be like extreme, of course.
Yeah, of
but you
course.
should have a little bit of
No one
standard.
is perfect, like
A little bit of standard for you to get to the second stage. Okay, now boundaries are they accept those boundaries, I expect that. And then next is like, okay, would I be able to live with them? If that's the case, would I be able to love them unconditionally?
You know, I'm very honest. You cannot get to the point that now you are in your wedding and you don't feel like you love this person. This is something I will not accept. I wanna be in my wedding with someone that I feel like I love him. I like him. I'm happy to look to him. This is what I want. But again, I'm just like, you have to put a structure, which is like love first and then other things, or other things and then love. This is my structure.
The right person will come to you when you're actually not looking for them, when you're actually enjoying to be fit, enjoying to be close to the God, enjoying to be improving your wisdom, enjoying in your career. When you're doing all of the points that we mentioned that I did myself, boom, you're gonna find the person.
This is what
but
happened
you're
to me
actually
as well.
looking for it, and you want that so bad, you're gonna start pushing away the people in the ways that you don't imagine.
Because you're gonna just worry about offending the person, not improving anything. This is like you're gonna lose yourself in your journey and looking for someone. This is what happened to me. I never looked for someone. Like I'm gonna be very honest, I never looked to be married. I never looked to be in a relationship with someone. It's all just come to me in a golden plate, as they said. Just a perfect person. Like, and I go now I'm with him doing this video with you. I never planned for that. I never planned for
and
that.
same with me, like I was looking for it because that's what a mistake. That's why I'm making this video, because I was looking for so bad. Then I stop all of that, and then I focus on myself. And she happened to stumble on the Facebook message suggested list. Now imagine all of that hard work is gone in a second just because Facebook suggested me this person. You know, because of one or two Egyptian friends I have.
That's like
in past. That's
crazy.
just crazy coincidence. And this is how the God will play a game. He'll put a right person in front of you in the least expected way as possible. All the dating apps are gone. All Canada, everyone in Canada is gone. I'm go all the way to the Egypt,
From
and my
this
perfect
person.
person
Like,
was sitting in Egypt.
actually, tell me, like, did you when you saw my account for the first time, did you ever expect that I'm gonna be your wife?
I know, no, I wasn't, because I was
Like,
not focused on
crazy.
finding a wife.
Yeah,
I
it's
was just like,
crazy.
okay, this, she seems pretty, so she agreed with my boundaries, which was hijab, close to a Muslim. So I followed her. When I followed her, then I saw that she's very elegant and things are looking good. All my boundaries are matching until to the point where I learned so far. Then I started texting, and then the whole story happened.
Yeah, it's crazy and it's a funny thing and that's a good thing, but you shouldn't looking for it. You should
Yeah.
let Allah plan, because you know
Allah's
what?
plan is
Allah
gonna
is
be
so much
crazy.
better. Yeah, and it's so much better. Like the feeling that I felt when I was not gonna say dating him, like calling him, talking to him, texting him was like 100% better than if I even arrange or if I like plan whole game on my own. So Allah plan was so much better, and Allah will give you. And if you are praying for the right person, or like if you want to get married, don't ask Allah, I want to get married right now. Just ask Allah to give you the marriage in the right time.
Yeah.
Like ask Allah to do the better for you. So just accept that the fact that Allah plan will be better. Let Allah decide when that's gonna be for you. I wanted to get married like 1 year later from now. Like now I have been married for 2 years. I wanted to take like three years after my graduation to just get married, or 2 years at least, so I just can set myself. But this is what was my plan. But Allah plans was different, and when I accepted it, ended up was 10 times better
Yeah.
than what I was expecting.
Yeah, because if I was so adamant of looking for someone, I would have never find it, because I would still be on the apps and going on different programs and things like that. But the fact that I let everything flow as it is, I focused on myself, and then out of nowhere, someone suggested options was her, and that's how we met. So
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy how
Yeah.
it works. Make sure you are not looking for it, you're focusing on yourself. The right person, Allah will put it in a plate that you never imagined that this could have happened ever in million years. I never thought that I'm going to be sending a friend request to Egypt and getting married and getting to the stage. In million years, I would have
Me too.
never thought
Trust
about
me,
it.
me too.
But here we are.
I was
We're
thinking that
sitting
he
here.
is a scam, but now we're married.
Exactly.
And this is what it's good out, like about not having a love marriage, like arranged marriage, because like if I get to know him and he's not meeting my requirements or like my expectation, it's okay. I will let him go and he will let me go, because we are
Yeah.
not matching each other. There is no shame about it. If you want something like someone who's rich, this is not shame. Like this is not something bad. If you want something poor, it's not something bad. You just have to set your boundaries and look after it. And this is what arranged marriage benefit, or like a good side is.
I want to let you know that one, you will find your partner at the least expected time, date, and location. So always be ready for that. And second thing is that never look for partner, let them reach out to you, which means that Allah will send you those things, but never look actively to find the partner. They will
True.
come to you, they will be attracted to you, and then Allah will give you a sign on how you can move on with that. And always remember that two people come together to grow together. They don't come together to complete each other. I completed myself as a man before her. She completed herself as a woman before me.
Yeah.
We came together to create a family, and that family will not run if I'm not dependent on her,
Exactly, 100%.
and it
agree.
will not run if she's dependent on
Exactly,
me.
exactly.
So remember, when you get into a relationship, take your duties and do 100%, and she's gonna take her duty. The woman is gonna take her duties and gonna do the 100%, and together you'll be able to build a good, long-lasting family.
Yeah, I hope you the best. And at the end
I
of,
hope and pray for everyone who's
Yeah.
watching this, a great, successful marriage
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, me too. I hope all of you guys like find the peaceful marriage ever. That's a great thing. And being married and being in a relationship, it's such a blessing from Allah.
Yeah.
And it's such a good thing. It's never a bad thing. Marriage is like the best thing ever will happen to everyone. May Allah bless our marriage, and may Allah make
Bless.
you like bless your life and bless your marriage if you're married already, and help
And-
you to
and-
find the good marriage.
And trust me, when you get into a marriage, even though it comes with a lot of challenges,
Yeah.
but those challenges are nothing in terms of the benefits you're getting.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I will let you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you tomorrow with another one. Till then, take care of yourself and of this channel. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.